There we go. Test, test, test. Looks like everything's running okay. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a good middle of the day here. I know this is a lot earlier than I normally stream, but Bitcoin is breaking out right now, or at least trying to break out for a new yearly high. So we're going to be talking about that and a whole bunch of stuff going forward here. But before we get started, sorry I wasn't able to stream last night. Turns out that I was going through a nasty caffeine withdrawal over the last 2 days and I didn't know what was going on, so I just had like really bad migraines. So now I'm back to drinking coffee so I can live and not be bedridden with horrible freaking migraines. Okay, let's go over here very fast. Let's pop over this. There we go. Now you guys can see Bitcoin popping off here, doing pretty well. One thing is weirding me out here though. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Perhaps that. No, I'm not entirely sure, huh? I was hoping that my my Streamlabs software would allow me to see the text that you guys are going to be doing, but I wonder if it's glitching out here because I was going to try out a new feature, but that doesn't seem to be happening here. I wonder if I can any feed. Nope, not going to be able to do it. Oh well. Oh wait, there. No, there. I'll go. Excuse me. That's okay otherwise. But long story short, let's talk about what happened over the last few days. You guys might have seen it actually on a video I posted just a few minutes ago, where I made a video talking about there's a potential for us to go back up towards resistance and to break out, but then it actually happened while I was editing, so I had to change that video up while I was editing it, which was annoying, but I think useful for you guys. So basically, let's go over here to kind of just remind ourselves what's going on. On the weekly chart, we did get back to being green, so that's something that's really good after a pretty nasty drop over the last few days. On the weekly chart, we did not break the higher lows. A low, higher low that I've got close, but again, another higher low here. We still have like 4 days and 5 hours left until that candle closes, so don't bank on it just yet. But so far, Bitcoin looks like it still wants to pump going over for the next few days. On the daily chart here, things did get a little bit scary as we approach that 20-day moving average. We did break down below it on a lot of different candles and time frames, but we managed to hold above it on the daily, which is usually the most important, and then we managed to bounce. The good news about this now is now we don't have to worry about it for a few days, but the next time we do come back down towards it, which could be tomorrow for all we know, or the day after, expect a lot more volatility and expect a large dump like we had yesterday. So we're not out of the woods yet, but Bitcoin is like just trying to pretty much liquidate all the shorts right now and cause a little bit of a squeeze after the shorts accumulated over the last few days. That's what we're trying to break out of. We've seen a few liquidations so far. Not a lot yet, but those stop losses are probably right above that resistance level. That's going to cause a pretty big squeeze if we can manage to make that big move. 15-minute chart, if you guys did care about this at this point. It was a pretty volatile move here, not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't have bought on this just because of how fast it happened. But if you guys did buy the breakout, you guys are looking at a pretty solid amount of gains for scalpers out there. Day traders, I would say you probably hit some price target. Let me zoom out here for just a second and possibly go over, I guess there's two. The first one, the simple one, is this. Yeah, there you go right there. The other one that I'd probably use a little bit more be this one right here, and yeah, there it hit the one target as well. So you're just seeing some profit taking after a breakout. Day traders are rejoicing. Swing traders are looking for an opportunity to hop in here because maybe the alerts didn't go off and things like that. Let's see. And hey, babyfish, they really retailed retail out, then boom. Oh yeah, they pretty much did shook retail out. Yeah, I was surprised they did it like that because all of my stop losses hit, but you know, I'd been holding for a couple weeks now. Now for everybody that wanted to buy that dip, I talked about buying the dip. It was yesterday, no, 2 days ago, as we were looking for that dip. But it was just supposed to come back down here under 35,000, and it barely hit that buying zone. I mean, it barely hit that buying zone. But for people that bought, they were looking pretty well. I think the next time people would have bought was right over here. Not at the change of character. I would have been more happy about buying that right there after the death cross, because usually after the big crash events, the 15-minute chart is usually where I like to spend the majority of my day trading hours. But things are still looking good. I'm not going to be buying here. Altcoins were probably a better bet than Bitcoin. If you guys were looking to buy right now, I would still say altcoin day trading is going to be where I love it. Let's go over here and check out Ethereum very fast. Day trade. I mean, yeah, even Ethereum broke down. It didn't come anywhere close to the 20-day moving average, though. But this one's still in a pretty nasty downtrend. See, only Bitcoin's breaking out of this downtrend, I swear. A lot of other altcoins are still within the downtrend, but that's okay. Bitcoin really leads the way in this type of stuff. How's ADA doing? Still in the downtrend, but still having a chance for reversal. Dogecoin still downtrend short term, nothing too crazy. Oh, poor XRP. That news the other day killed XRP, where there was a false news announcement. I made a video and everything as fast as I could, and right after I hit publish, boom, it came out that it was a fake announcement. I was so sad. I had to delete the video. AVAX is doing a little bit better. This is making another high. AXS getting close to it. So at least you're looking at a bunch of altcoins here. Bitcoin Cash is at a level of support. How this did not break down is crazy. Matic, so same concepts apply here because everything is looking like it wants to go up a little bit more. Things like Doge on Mars did crash a lot, so just be aware of that. This thing crashed 40%. Yowza. Just wait for those breakouts and then strike. Don't try to preemptively get into a token because some tokens are going to be a little bit more volatile when hitting some of those stop losses than others. But overall, we're looking at a really good time here, guys. Oh, and hey, Larry, hope you're doing well. I got my profit before they took it back. They've volatility, the crazy. I knew they would pull back at 37,800, so I took profit. It was a good move to take some profit there. That's why I have my stop losses have been scaling out. I longed the dump yesterday. A lot of confidence that the dump was just a shakeout. Yeah, I mean, I was going more for that technical zone here on Bitcoin. But as long as we really don't start breaking down below like the $33,000 range, I think we're in an okay spot. Now, I guess yesterday was more of just me being more bullish, but it goes back to that same principle. Every single time we seem to have some of these big dumps, those buyers are always there ready to take us back up to another level. Now, this dip was a lot more than a lot of other people. I think a lot of people got shaken out here. I don't think people got shaken out nearly as much here or here. We had some of those multi-thousand-day drops where you had Bitcoin over the next few days drop down like $2,000. This time we had Bitcoin drop down $3,000, and that really shook people out. I think because everybody's stop losses were closer to 36,000 and a half or so, but yeah, it was definitely a wild move there. Did you file with finance? You have a register your LLC with them under the cooperation transparent active transfer phrase of $500 per time. I don't know about that, but what do you call? Maybe I have to. I'll talk to my person, but I normally don't worry about that type of stuff. My guy usually has it all under control, but Loki, stop it. Loki's over here trying to get pet rubs. Let's see. Corporate Transparency Act. Maybe you guys will find out more about how much my business makes. I don't know. There's a lot of new laws being put into place. Let's see right here. Will it come down to get an entry to sell? Well, the entry came a few days ago if you guys were doing something more of a shorter term trade. Loki, stop. Hey, Beth. He's starting to get a little angry. He's starting to tick me off, actually. Let's see. There we go. There you go. If you're looking more for a day trade, that was the opportunity to buy the dip yesterday. I put out a video about it. Yeah, because it was very early morning, though. Very early morning, because I had those cleaning ladies here all day. They were here for 7 whole hours. This one right here. I talked about kind of what I was just talking to actually Babyfish about. Let's watch this ad very fast. Go over here. And this one right here. Yeah, this little dip right here. And I was saying this is probably as low as it goes. I would watch this video again, but if you're looking for another opportunity, you basically just want to see it come back down to maybe 37,000 before trying to take another rip here. All right. But you got to have a pretty good stop loss now, because the other time you would have wanted to buy was the breakout that just happened right there. Now you're kind of going into this FOMO territory when normally I'd be scaling out of my positions. I got to move this over. Normally I have all my chat right there so I can see you guys, so I can kind of be looking at you guys and doing this type of stuff. But for whatever reason, I wanted to try this out today, and usually it has a text box here where I can read you guys' text on here. For whatever reason, it's not there today, and I don't know why, which is annoying. Because if I do it, there was like a cool new feature that I added on here called Chat Highlight. Loki, stop. And then the Chat Highlight, it was going to be able to like have me show you guys' chats to everybody. But as soon as I add this on, of course, it's not actually showing you guys' text. Loki, stop it. He's acting all mischievous now. He really is trying to take advantage of me being on the stream. But yeah, so I was trying to see if that would work, but like it's literally not opening up right now. Oh, there it went, there it went, there it went. Okay. Let's see if this goes right here. No, it doesn't. It's still not working. I'm clicking on the 3 things, but nothing is happening. Yeah, whatever. I'll try it out again another time here. But I was trying to have the next level stream experience, but for whatever reason, it's not working. So I'm going to test it out later on with the member stream. And hey, if they know what they're doing. Oh my God, yeah. Yesterday, retail got super bullish after CPI came out lower and the stocks were rallying. And guess what? They dumped it on them. It was a pretty severe pump because, you know, when the CPI data came out, was this Thursday? No. Right over here, 10:45. Yeah. When the CPI data came out, it actually did have a little bit of a pop. And then, like, literally, like, half an hour into a small upward movement, we just kept on coming down. But that's because a lot of the stocks, babyfish, they had just broken out. You saw the SPY breakout and the NASDAQ breakout over the last week. And I think even the Dow Jones broke out. Bitcoin wasn't anywhere near a breakout moment. It, you know, Bitcoin broke out a long time before, a lot earlier than a lot of the stock market did. But I mean, yeah, that was a pretty big dump and shakeout. Heck, even I got shooken out of that. But I guess, you know, I had really tight stop losses. But, ooh, excuse me. At least people that wanted to, they had that buying opportunity down there. I didn't even have an opportunity to really take too much there. I think I only bought with some Ethereum. I probably should have just banked on some Bitcoin and went like 50x longs on it. Let's move that over there very fast. All right. What's up the most right now? We see ID tokens at 15%. The 2-hour chart kind of shows you how most of the move happened over the last few hours, not so much recently though. Crow is still making some large moves here. Like, Crow is the surprising one out of all this. Look at this. Look at this chart over the last few weeks. This is a daily chart. It's getting back up here into that resistance level of 12.5, or I would say almost 13 cents. I would say Crow coin. I mean, what is this? It dropped down to 4.5, and then it's all the way up here to 12. That's been a huge move so far. How's the 15 looking, though? Yeah, just looking to consolidate. Nothing too crazy. I guess the SEC just delayed hashtag spot ETF. I assume more delays coming this week. Fire Gensler. And hey, GT, hope you're doing well, my man. I agree, yesterday was the time to long now. Right now it's a gamble. Definitely a gamble, but altcoins, it's still a really good time to day trade. That's what I've been saying. If you guys watched that video I posted like just half an hour ago or so, it's a day trader and scalper's dream right now. Swing traders, just like it was before, kind of a harder opportunity. Because, you know, who wants to buy that following a knife? And that's always a risky thing. I wouldn't normally recommend it, but I know some of you guys have much more, you guys are much more aggressive than I. But GT, I put out a video this morning. YouTube did not push it out at all, and it was my fault because I posted too many videos over the last few days, so it doesn't have enough notifications for me. But basically, you should watch this video, or the one I posted, or the one from CNBC where Kathy Wood was talking about Gary Gensler on CNBC. She pretty much said this. She said, like, I don't know, there's probably another reason, but she basically, let me put my head up here. There we go. Okay. She basically said that Gary Gensler, the word through the grapevine is he's looking to be the Treasury Secretary. And what does the Treasury Secretary do? They protect fiat. They protect the dollar. So I'm guessing that because he has the backing of Senator Warren and Sherrod Brown and a lot of these Finance Committee, Economic Committee Democrats, they're going to try to put him forth as the next Treasury Secretary after Janet Yellen steps down. And they're going to try to make him as anti-crypto as possible. And they want to give him even more funding. Elizabeth Warren wants to give him more money to crack down on crypto even more because they say that the Trump administration unleashed cryptocurrencies without a safe plan. So there's a lot of fighting going on right now. A lot of fighting going on right now in Congress over this type of stuff. And that's why I'm so confused about how we're actually going to get legislation done, because we got a lot of pro-crypto people that want to see the crypto market thrive with the regulations, of course. And then we got some that want cryptocurrency gone, no crypto, only the US dollar. which is not going to be helpful for us, especially as we're kind of heading for this financial bubble of debt that's going to pop sometime over the next decade, 2 decades, who knows. It's going to be a gamble to be stuck just to the dollar, which is why I think all of us hold a little bit of Bitcoin just in case as a hedge, in case the economy goes completely kaput. I hit them up this morning all the time, 0.012. I don't know what that is. What is that? This morning. ATGL Hong Kong IPO is mooning today. Mike, can you look at this and tell me what you would do? I don't trade IPOs unless it's a day trade. Usually IPOs calm down really fast after they go live. This is Alpha Technology Group. That's what ATGL. Last few days. Yeah, I don't touch stuff like this. Usually they end up coming back down. I don't mess with them. Right now, you'd probably just be looking to day trade, and every time you see a breakout, you take it, especially in an uptrend. So typically, you know, breakout, buy. Breakout, buy. Breakout, buy. The after hours action was after hours action, so you probably would have kept on holding on to it. Because usually it ends up going back to that the fancy one that everybody raves about, ARM. ARM Holdings. Right, it has this little pump, however long it wants to go, and it kind of dives back down into reality. Then it looks for resistance levels, support levels, kind of figures itself out. Then it'll either break out to a nice new level high, or it'll break down. Usually when it comes to IPOs, I don't bother trading them too much. If you want to, just do day trades and trade off of those breakouts. Nice and simple. Make sure that you have some Fibonacci levels, because even an IPO is going to honor those Fibonacci levels, especially while there's no real fundamentals or technical analysis out there besides those. But the trend is up. You're going to probably want to play with that trend. I would not hold something like this overnight, because as soon as the market turns over, that thing is going to crash real fast. Not enough to like ruin you forever, but enough to where you're like, all those profits that you might have gotten while day trading, they're all going to be taken back. Oh, Bitcoin's up 5% for the day. Let's go back over here. Let's get some of these oscillators back up. Funny enough, when I was making that video a little bit ago, I was like, hey, the bright spot is in the 4-hour chart. We are looking at a bullish crossover happening pretty soon, and boom, there where the pop was above some of those moving averages. Dude, Bitcoin's still managing to hold on. There are buyers here that are still trying to pump this sucker up. Look at this. Not the best pump so far, but hey, it's working out. Even had the tiniest of flags here. Let's go to the 50-minute chart. I want to see this thing actually balloon up here. And hey guys, thanks for joining me in the middle of the day. Most of the time, nobody watches me early mornings or middays, because all of you guys are kind of tuned, or like most of you guys have stuff to do. So I appreciate the people that are coming in for the first time. I would look to alts that haven't taken off yet and try to get into them. Dude, you're preaching what I was preaching a few weeks ago, but nobody listened, and all of a sudden they're asking, hey, can I get into XRP here? And I'm like, oh, you can, but it's a freaking hard sell to do it. I hit let's see right here. How long will the day trader's dream probably last, do we think? I mean, at this point, it's a couple days here, because we don't exactly know if we're about to break out here or if we're about to get rejected, but the way I have this little yellow line set up, maybe I should do like a red line or something so it makes it look a little more dramatic. Let's get rid of that other one for the last breakout. You're going to be looking for those solid consolidation breakouts on the 5-minute charts and the 50-minute charts, but more primarily, if you're seeing Bitcoin breakout, it means that you're going to have a lot easier time seeing altcoins breakout. And the reason I like trading altcoins a lot more, specifically for newer investors, you guys don't necessarily need to have a lot of leverage in order to make good money, because the altcoins are usually blasting off a lot more than Bitcoin. Usually. Sometimes we have some weird moments where that doesn't happen. But you see like AVAX right here? That's up 21% off of a breakout that happened. Well, there's 2 breakouts here, I guess you could say. First one there after the MACD crossover on the hourly chart. Or you can go for this one right here. Being me, I probably would have taken this one, not this one, just because I'm a little bit more cautious. But those breakouts are what you're looking for right now. Or you could trade each subsequent breakout for a scalp, right? Breakout there, scalp it up. And then you're just looking at some basic Fibonacci levels for each scalp. So You can do this one. Resistance levels. Next resistance level up here as well, $21. Or you can go a little bit higher. This is what most people probably do. And then go over here to a 5-minute chart. As you see this breakout happening, whichever one you took, you can scale out here. This is scalpers. This is a scalping thing. A breakout there, scalp there, or scale out there, whatever. I'd probably just sell it to scalping strategy. Next breakout was right here. I mean, there's a lot more upside here, but basically you probably would have had to do another smaller Fibonacci level. You don't really have to do it like this, but it would have been something more like this. You can see some of those resistance levels there or over here. Typically for me, I tend to sell too early, like I let you guys know all the time. But those breakouts, you see it's trying to break out right now. That breakout happens again. Boom, you go a little bit higher. You can even see a smaller breakout that just happened right there with the break of structure. Break of structure pretty much is another nice little signal there. And day trading. I mean, what else do we have here? We have Shiba Inu is up a little bit. Crow is up, the one that's next up here. This one's trying to find a bottom and try to move back up. Anything else really popping off? AVAX. File token here, trying to have a breakout. Had a smaller breakout, but trying to have something larger here. Scalpers. Scalpers are probably entering right now. We're ready for this next big move. Another flag here, but we did just break out there. So a lot of day trading, a lot of scalping. Everything's breaking out right now, obviously, because Bitcoin's breaking out. If you see something like Babyfish was just saying that it hasn't broken out yet, that's going to be your best bet. Oh, Solana, yeah, I just remember seeing that. That's up. There you go. See another breakout right here. The break of structure right there, right here. Then the next candle in the 5-minute chart went up. So you have a lot of opportunities. I guess you could have went through this one as well, but that one didn't work out too well. It looks like just a lot of horizontal resistance levels are having those big pops at this point. But again, everything's still happening at this point. Everything is like recalibrating now after all the altcoins dumped a lot more than Bitcoin. So not everything is going to be like Solana where you're making the new highs today. A lot of things are going to maybe be like more like a STMX where it was higher, came back down. Now it needs to consolidate a few more days. Those are going to be your big bets here. Mana, consolidate a little bit more. Sand, consolidate a little bit more. Spell token, right? Sushi, those are what you're looking for right now. UFO gaming seems to be one. This is not something I don't think people usually have access to leverage trading on, but it seems like this could definitely pop over the next few days as well. I bought some of this the other day. I'm pretty sure it's down compared to where it was. I don't have my phone on me. That means my phone must be upstairs. I hadn't eaten this morning, guys, because I woke up at like 1 o'clock this morning with a horrible migraine and I didn't know what was going on. And all the cleaning ladies took all my medication. So like all my pills and stuff, because I told them to basically clean up everything. So everything but my vitamins is gone. So, and my pair of glasses is gone. I don't know what the heck. I'm wearing old glasses. These are not my normal glasses. And one of my other contact things is gone. So I don't think they stole anything, but I think they just put them somewhere where I don't know where it's at. But basically, I learned after drinking a cup of coffee that my migraine wasn't really just a migraine. It was a caffeine withdrawal. So now this is like my 3rd cup of coffee today to like get me back to normal because my head felt like it was going to explode. So I've pretty much been looking at charts all morning. But anyway, look for those breakouts and you guys will be just fine. Arbitrum's up 6. This is another one that could break out here pretty soon. Pepe is actually having a smaller breakout right now. So if you guys wanted to trade this right here, just broke out a few hours ago. This one's probably going to have a nice big pop here over the next few minutes as it breaks above some of those moving averages. This is probably something I'd be looking at buying. It's on BitGet, it looks like right now, but I'm pretty sure it's on a bunch of exchanges. So remember I said Pepe. Let's see if Pepe actually does have a pop. This does have some nice pops every now and again. So again, we'll see. Oh, and on the 2-hour chart, we had to change the character. So that momentum has shifted just a little bit. Probably that breakout number 1 that we've been talking about. But again, we'll come back to Pepe. It's up 6% already. So let's see how much more it has to go up. But a lot of altcoins are making some gains. Really now is Bitcoin's looking very, very close to that level of resistance out of nowhere. Do we have the momentum to continue on? Or do we have to consolidate a little bit longer? Right now, we're about like $550 away from that level of resistance. So not really far at all. If one more bullish pump comes in, there we go. New yearly highs for 2023, just like that. But AVAX really is taking the lead right here. Wow's up 22%. 5-minute chart. Oh yeah, we just talked about this breakout happening. So yeah, breakout happened here, breakout happened here. Now let's see how much further this bad boy can go. Hey, oh Lord, Gensler having any more government appointed jobs? I don't think he would get approved if Republicans won the Senate in 2024. I don't know if Trump's going to win. I don't know if Biden's going to win. But it looks like right now they're saying that the Senate is leaning towards Republicans, even if the presidency is kind of a flip-flop at this point. You know, polls being polls, I usually don't trust them, so I'm thinking they're even-ish. But that'd be the best thing for cryptocurrency is if Republicans took control of the Senate. As far as the House goes, the House Republicans seem to be more pro-crypto than House Democrats, but I think that's only because the progressive side of the Democratic Party is just more vocal about their anti-crypto than maybe some of the moderate Republicans who have a little bit more reservations about it. Kind of depends on where you guys are from, basically, because some states like crypto, like a Washington State or Florida perhaps, or California or Wyoming, Texas. No, not Texas. Texas and New York don't like them as much. They have a lot more rules and regulations, which sucks for the people that actually want to invest in cryptos in those states. I think they can do a lot, but they can't do everything that a lot of other people can, like as far as exchanges and stuff like that. But anyway, if you guys are looking for something to buy right now and you guys didn't buy the dip yesterday, which would have been a hard thing to do. It would have been a very hard thing to do for most traders out there because it's like trying to catch that falling knife. What you guys are looking for right now is those solid breakouts that are going to be occurring with the altcoins. Again, we need Bitcoin to continue this move higher. So far we are, but if it doesn't actually work out here and we end up coming back down over the next half an hour, 2 hours, whatever, then you guys are going to see altcoins crash down and burn here. So just make sure to have that stop loss if you guys are trading, or if you guys are trading spot, just make sure you guys are aware of what's going on in the markets, because so far today, all right, SPY is up a little bit, NASDAQ's up a little bit, and the Dow Jones is up a little bit too. The fact that everything is breaking out right now despite a lot of bad earnings kind of tells you everything you need to know about the market. Everybody's assuming that rates are going to be coming down like crazy next year, so all the money that's been trapped in bonds is just going to rush into the stock market. I mean, personally, I'm not the type of guy that wants to buy into that type of scenario, so I'm going to be more invested in Bitcoin at that point. But you know, there should be a lot of money flowing in there according to the experts. And sometimes the economy doesn't matter. Sometimes it's like, hey, we know the economy sucks right now, but hey, next year the economy is going to be great. Nobody's thinking of a recession anymore. I've been kind of like consistent with my pro-recession thought process, but if you guys look at the news, they're flip-flopping every freaking quarter. This quarter, oh, everything's good. Oh my God, no recession. Oh my God, we're going into a recession. So I'm just going to keep on saying I think we're going into a recession next year. If we don't, I'll be wrong, but I'm not going to flip-flop like everybody on the news. What's going on right here very fast? Anything else popping off? Now let's go take a look at Solana very fast though, as we kind of wait to see what happens with Bitcoin. I can find Solana, there we go. It's still moving up, not as much as before, but still moving up. Nice little breakout there. Oh, and hey Ken, hope you're doing well, my man. Let me know if you have any questions. And hey, Crypto Milk, Solana to $75 soon. It's at 65 right now. It definitely wants to continue pumping. This is just a 5-minute chart, so we still got room to go. The daily chart here, look at this. That next level of resistance is kind of around 79.80, so it definitely could hit 75, especially if Bitcoin breaks out. This is probably getting pumped up a lot, but you can see. Oops. There you go. Wait, which time frame was I just on? Ah, snap. Oh well. You can definitely see this dip and rip type of effect here, and we're just starting this breakout, so you probably see people hopping in this for about 24 to 48 hours or the next for your next little swing trade. Or probably I would call that a little more of a day trade, but it, you know, you could call it a swing trade if you wanted to as well. Breakout occurred. Your stop loss is probably going to be around $61, 60, yeah, kind of around there, and kind of watch it go higher and higher. How's in the last 24 hours, looks like Caspa's #1. This is up a lot over the last year, though, a lot, up 2,000%. AVEX up 3%, excuse me, 24%. Rune is up 24%. So we're seeing some pretty good moves here. Solana, anything actually down right now? So Celestia, oh, this is that weird one that just opened up here. $855 market cap. This might be something. Leo doesn't really do much here, so I'd probably stay away from that one. Anything not popping up a lot over the last 24 hours. So Tron may be something. Monero might be something. BitTorrent might be something. KuCoin token. Some of these that have only popped up like 2 to 3% over the last 24 hours, those are going to have a much better opportunity of actually having those follow-throughs. One of the ones you might see here is Ethereum Classic. That might be an easier hold for some of you guys because there's more liquidity in the markets. Dogecoin, Zcash. Those are some of the stuff I'd be looking at here. Or if you guys want something more volatile, just go to the second page of CoinMarketCap and see what exactly hasn't popped off. Because, I mean, as you guys can see, a lot of stuff has been popping off here. Joe, and then on the other side of this, a star, Tomi, Bitcoin Gold, NFT. Oh, is that, no, it's Ape NFT, that's NFT, okay, that's a different coin. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I'd be looking at. Ape NFT looks to be crashing over the last month though, compared to a lot of other stuff, so I might be careful with that one. But yeah, we're looking at something good. Let me go over here while we're watching Solana. Look at Caspa. Caspa actually just had that change of character breakout right here on the 4-hour. Daily chart. Oh yeah, I had that breakout right there. Huh. We hadn't talked about this, I don't think, in a week or something, but there you go. Breakout, pumped up, probably hit some level of resistance that oh, let me see. Yeah, there you go, right there. And broke back out. I would not be chasing Casper. Now, this is definitely something you're scaling out of. This thing opened up pretty recently, looks like, at least on Mexi Exchange. And it's been going up ever since, which is a nice little play. You're probably going to see a lot of people try to pump this thing up even higher. I would probably wait for this to come back down to consolidate before I buy into it because I mean, over the last couple weeks, I guess you've had two real solid opportunities to buy. The first was on November 4th. The second one was the dump yesterday. And that was probably only because of a Fibonacci level, honestly. Yeah, golden zone down here. Didn't even honor it too much. The first one, sure, not too much this. But yeah, Caspa, I'd be scaling out of Caspa for sure. I wouldn't necessarily be buying back in unless I see some consolidation. 15-minute chart, you could be day trading though. This still seems like a positive day trade. How's Bitcoin doing at this point? See, Bitcoin's coming back down a little bit to consolidate. Nothing to be concerned about, but just people are going to see altcoins consolidate a little bit more tier 2. Link is up 8% too. Oh, Link might be something to look at. It looks like it's about to break out here. Just there you go. Wait for that pop. I mean, heck, the way the market's going, you can probably buy now and play the pop up here to maybe 16 bucks or so. Excuse me. There we go. And hey, Nicholas, happy to see you back, my man. Loki's on my nerves right now. He's keep on trying to touch stuff and do stuff, and I don't know why. I think it's, oh, he got scared a while ago because I had a nasty cramp. You guys know I sit on this chair a lot, and I had been working out my bicycle earlier today, this morning. So I got off my bicycle and I sat on this chair for like a couple hours, and then I was editing a video, and then I had the nastiest cramp ever. I had a leg cramp, and I tensed up so much that my stomach cramped up, and my stomach hasn't cramped up in like 2-3 years. So I was over here spasming it out. I think he just got worried about me, but now he just wants to play since he saw me all on the stream and everything. But yeah, I was like, I wanted to die. It was horrible. Then I just stood up and stretched out for a little bit, and that, you know, that's the easiest way to get rid of a cramp. But it was so much pain. Just thinking of the stomach cramp made my stomach hurt. How? I'm in New York, and the only platforms I can trade crypto in is Robinhood and Coinbase, both incredibly shady, but I have 991,000 Dogecoin in my Robinhood account. Well, that's good. Hey, at least right now, I don't think there's hardly any chance that like something like a Robinhood goes down. And in fact, I think there's a likelihood that eventually they get bought out by another corporation. And Coinbase is probably better than Robinhood, but they're both what you got. I wish they would allow other apps there, like maybe not a Fair Desk, because, you know, if they might think Fair Desk isn't good enough for them or something like that. But, you know, a crypto.com or Kraken, I feel like those should be allowed in New York and Texas and certain states. It would go a long way to getting more people actually interested in the market, because sometimes, you know, Robinhood's still suffering from what they did with the GameStop debacle and lying to everybody about what was the true purpose of their them halting buying but only allowing selling. And so that's number one. And then Coinbase is just kind of expensive. I think that's just it. I pay for Coinbase One because I like to use it to move money around, and it was telling me that I saved like $1,000 in fees by just paying for Coinbase One. It's a lot. But sometimes Coinbase can be a real glitchy app for me, especially because I try to sell to my USD account, basically. So, like, you know, just when you have cash, a lot of times when I try to sell it, it won't sell it to that. It'll tweak it and sell automatically to USDC. And it just means an extra step for me, but I don't know why it tries to do that, because it wants me just to keep it in there and not actually take it out of the app, which I know I'm going to do if I put it on a Coinbase. But I've been testing out crypto.com over the last last week and a half or so since we started talking about that one. So I'm going to be watching that one, and then later on I'm going to test out Kraken, so I can give you guys more information about that one, because a lot of you guys help me understand it's gotten a lot better since 2020 when Kraken was having a lot of freaking issues and it was just glitchy as hell. There we go. Make sure this moves right here. Okay. Now let me see if I can do this. It doesn't work. I really wanted to try a new feature here, but let me see if this works. I sent a chat message, see a thumbtack. Let's see. Nope. There is a feature here where it allows me to moves you guys' messages over here so I can see them and so everybody can see what I'm answering. But for whatever reason, when I try it out, it says use the widget by hovering over the right side of the chat message to see a thumbtack icon. Clicking the icon will pin the message to the widget for its duration, or until you click the unpin button. So I thought it was going to be there. Source. Name setting. No. Message highlight. Thought it was going to work, but it didn't. Participants. Yep, try to do Babyfish because he's a moderator. Nothing's working here. It sucks. I'm going to close the poll and see if that did anything. No. And plus, there's no pin tag here. It says hover until you get a pin tag. And how long does somebody want to hover on this app or on the page here? Highlight, message. Some frame rate. I'm going to have to test this out because I really wanted to do this thing today, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen here. Alright, let's go over here. Anything else popping off? I really wanted to see Pepe pop. It looks like Pepe is consolidating even more now, especially with everything else consolidating. Sushi's up 10%, making another high level here. This one was not too much of a big pop. Oh, that's because there's a bunch of resistance here. That's why. This looks like it wants to pop over the next... no, this one may wait a little bit longer here. I'm not going to trade this one too much until it breaks it above $1.09, $1.10. Might be buying right now as maybe a nibble. Alright, we can watch AVAX for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, let me know. This thing is still managing to move a little bit higher here. Slowly grinding, I would say, but let's get rid of this just because it looks like a lot of clutter here. There we go. Alright, perfect. Meanwhile, let me see if I can find out. Oh. I saw the chat message. Oh, that's fine. I don't have to worry about that too much. I'll figure out that chat message stuff later on. Let me see if there's actually any news today. Where's... It's all NFL stuff and not... This is why I don't follow the NFL too often. I just wanted to see it after that Broncos game. I was looking for that kick. Is Bitcoin actually trending right now at all? No, it doesn't look like there's actually much stuff going on because I don't see any real big news as why this actually happened. Bitcoin has surpassed the market capitalization of both Visa and MasterCard. Oh, let's go back over here to the main page. Actually, how's the watch list been looking over the past 30 days? UFO Gaming's up, Radium is up a little bit. Anything down? Okay, a few things are down so far. Callisto, oh, Callisto's horrible for the year. Trustverse is down for the year. Social Goods down for quite a bit for the month as well, and so is Daxi. I don't own any of Daxi or Social Good, but I think I own some Callisto Network here, so that one's down a lot for the year. Those on Mars, even that's down. That's having a really nice, it was having a nice month until it fell down, of course. What else here? No, not too much. Okay. Now we're just gonna wait for Bitcoin to actually pop. Not too bad here. Let me see. The overall positions are still doing fine. I bought some more, so you guys are going to see a lot more red in here. Basically, more 2x positions. Oops. Let's see if I can pop this up here. There we go. So, can I... Yeah, there we go. So I bought like 5 more tokens over the last few days. Some gas here. I think this was the last few days. Yeah, 11, 12 last few days. The next one is going to be Hi-Fi. No, I think I bought Hi-Fi a long time ago. Oh no, 11, 12. Never mind. That might be another account for long term. Lever, 11, 12. So the ones you're seeing right now that are down, I bought them pre-crash. And I'm just holding on to them for a while. I want to see where they go. But most of their charts don't look nearly as good as everything else. But they were down a lot already. So if I go over here to something like a Hi-Fi. Go to the daily chart. I bought them right here as it was falling. So they can come down a lot, but they still had a couple days of falling, it looks like. And now I'm hoping to see them go back up a little bit more for more of a hook ride. Definitely a longer term play. Again, this is more of a smaller amount of currency, so don't really think I'm going all in on something like this. But these types of plays are something I've been trying to work on quite a bit here, trying to catch a dump and see if I can hold it for more of a rip, like a dip and rip type of effect, just because the momentum technically is still up for as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Even though Bitcoin had a pretty much a scary move the other day. Anything down quite a bit. Because XVG, this one I bought a long time ago. Yeah, this I bought at the end of October, and it's actually down 9% so far. I haven't guessed like 4% or something like that, but this one's not doing anything too well. Unif is down 8%. I got this one 1025. Yeah, these are the ones I was thinking about from a while ago. Well, I guess a while ago, meaning 2 weeks. I bought 1 by 3. Oh, maybe because okay, maybe I just spent like 20 bucks on it or something like that. That's probably why. What's up the most now? Data's still up 66%, or I guess 30% since I bought it. Oh, but it must have been up so much higher. Yeah. I bought right over here, I guess, and boom, look at that. This would have been a great swing trade if I wasn't holding this for the long term. There we go. And hey, Fred, thanks for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. There we go. Bitcoin consolidating is now turning into the most boring thing ever, but I kind of want to see if Pepe can finally break out. It's like, it's there, but it's not having that pump that I want to see here. Oh, there it goes. Well, it's trying right now. And hey, City Boy, how high do I think Chainlink could go today? Oh, what did you see actually here? If Bitcoin, yeah. So the Pepe goes. This is what people are going to be buying, and hopefully to make a bigger pop. So Chainlink is already up 8% today. Let's see. Going into a previous level of resistance, it looks like. Let's go maybe go over to the 4-hour chart. Okay, I would go over here to the hour chart and kind of wait for this breakout to occur, but it looks like it wants to break out sometime over the next few minutes. If that can occur, I would get this for now. Oh man, there's not as many opportunities to add a whole bunch of technicals onto this one. That's okay. I would say you're looking at between 1568 and up here to 1637. It could always go higher, but I would say if Bitcoin broke out, then you're probably looking back up here towards 18 bucks for more of a dip and rip type of effect. But if you're talking about just what could happen like over the next 24 hours or so, I would say 1636 is probably that high point for you. Realistically, getting back up here towards 1567 to $16 is a place where you might want to consolidate a little bit more. Now, this is like the longer term Fibonacci levels, but you know, if you just add on some of these shorter term ones. Right in here is going to be that sweet spot in between those two levels. If you're looking for that one, it'll be 1646, but for me, it's really right there. It's going to be that sweet spot, kind of right before you get into this order block up here. So maybe even closer just to 16 bucks. Maybe you don't have to worry so much about the mid 15s. And Bitcoin, please break out here. I mean, if you guys are looking at it, it's the tiniest of breakouts, but this isn't usually the breakout that goes into anything crazy. We're just hoping that because we just had a previous big move, that whales are going to be ready to actually boost up Bitcoin. Oh, there's Pepe. I knew it was going to break out. Okay, there we go. I was waiting for that one, but it took a little bit longer than well, it didn't take too long, but, you know, I'm streaming, so I like it to happen faster. So, there's that pop from Pepe. If you guys traded it, awesome. If you guys didn't, totally fine. Fine. Let's go over here, though. 15-minute chart. Yeah, it's already heading up for another level of resistance here pretty soon, but still, that'd be a nice scalp play right there, especially if you guys had some leverage. I think they actually do have it on here. I think they call it something like 1,000 Pepe. I think that's why. Yeah, 1,000 Pepe. Now you can see it's popped up towards 10, 11%. Looks like it's still going higher here. But yeah, that's always something nice to trade there as well. All right, well, now you got to find a lot of other stuff like that, though. So this is what I talk about day trader's dream. I would have bought, and I'd be happy to scale out some right there and scale a little bit more if it continues to move higher here. But it's going to be for most tokens out there. So we've already seen a couple of occasions where they've already broken out like this now. But even ID, which is up 16%, this can still go up towards, I guess we're at what, 29.60. This one could, oh, this is a 5-minute chart. What am I talking about? This is a scalp, not so much of a longer term trade. This scalp would only bring you in about, yeah, like 1% or something like that. Maybe, yeah, maybe a full percent if you're lucky. But I mean, hey, it's another consolidation than a breakout. That's basically what you're looking for right now. Go over here to the 1-minute chart. You can see it trying to get ready to break out here inside the order block, and there it breaks out right there. Oh, yeah, so you guys can play those types of scalps. Again, you got to be careful with them, but you got to find something like this thing already broke out. Just broke out a few minutes ago. Or actually just broke out last minute when Pepe was going up here. So you're definitely seeing altcoins try to make a move. Dogecoin's another one that might have a breakout here pretty soon. XRP about to break out here pretty soon. Altcoins are all about to break out. A lot of them are. The ones that haven't broken out yet. I'm looking at a lot of them here, and there goes 8 token right there. Is Bitcoin doing something, or is it? No, Bitcoin's just still consolidating. But yeah, altcoins galore, have at it with day trading. That seems to be the way to go at this point. And hey, Fred, if it gets to 38Ks, you could definitely take some profits. Just make sure that no matter what happens, like move up your stop loss, make sure that you're able to take profits no matter what happens. Even if Bitcoin dumped at this massive resistance level, not even massive, just a resistance level, make sure that you still have an opportunity to take at least $1,000 out or $500 out or whatever. Because I know I'm going to be moving to another country here soon, probably in Ecuador or Nicaragua or maybe Bali in Asia. I think Bali's probably in the lead, but I don't know. Whenever I trade, I guess I make a decent amount where I don't have to worry about the costs and stuff like that. But even here, when I live in Washington State, which is a pretty expensive place, I always make sure that no matter what happens, I'm walking with some profit, so I can be very happy and pay for all the stuff like cleaning ladies that cost $550 for the whole day. I guess that's actually probably not a horrible deal now that I think about it. And hey, Mr. X, Squid Grow also looking nice. Probably. I mean, there's a lot of meme coins that are taking off right now, and you're just seeing a lot of these breakouts happen. This is a Bitcoin 1-minute chart here, and let me see. You're seeing us head back up towards a level of resistance kind of around this 37,770 level. That's right here. ID still making its way up. Sushi's up 10%. You're seeing a lot of consolidation. This is a 1 minute chart, so these breakouts. Oh, there's a breakout right there happening with Spell Token. I'm not entirely sure how fast this thing's going to move up, but Spell Token is something I like to trade spot with every now and again. I have a lot of Spell Token, though, as far as long-term holds, because it is a metaverse token with a very, very, very low market cap. And yeah, there's that breakout occurring, or let's see if it actually manages to hold. They're trying to break it out in the last 1 minute of this minute chart, so hopefully after this candle closes, we can see a little bit more of a pump here. Bloom is up 6% too. I wonder how that's been doing compared to everything else. BNB is up only 4.5%. I wonder if that didn't come down enough. Okay, this just closed on the minute chart. Can we see this pop up even higher? Like the countdown timer went away, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I guess he's been having these smaller breakouts, hasn't it? Yeah, this is definitely in a larger trend, but yeah, that's enough of a consolidation. Did it break out here yet? Oh, it hasn't had that breakout yet, so it might take a few more minutes. We'll come back to Spell Token. It's right here. Oh, at least Ethereum got back into the buying zone, or excuse me, the consolidation zone. I wonder if Ethereum's about to break out, though. That's not too bad right now. And hey, the Dutch trader. What? Oh, let me see right here. This already break out? Oh yeah, it already broke out right there. See, this is how I did it, right? It broke out, had a huge wick down to shake everybody out, and then it continued to take off. Yeah, there's definitely some whales messing around in here trying to shake people out, shake day traders out. So just be aware there are some shenanigans being played, a little bit of market manipulation. But that's kind of the game here in the crypto world, isn't it? Is comp still doing strong? Comp still consolidating. And Spell is trying to take off here. It really is trying to, but it's having a real tough time about it. Yeah, I want to see it pop off towards the 5233 or something like that. Solana. Yeah, guys, one last look at this very fast. We saw the breakout happen. It looks like it still needs to consolidate. You're almost making a little bit of a double top here. Hopefully that can withstand Bitcoin. But again, all we're waiting for is Bitcoin to continue to have this breakout. Look at that 50-minute chart. We're looking for another breakout here over the next half an hour or so. Let's see. Anything else? No, I think we're fine at this point. Now it's just kind of waiting for that Bitcoin pop to happen. It's taking a minute, but hopefully we can have a surge. Because what are we at? We're about $350 away from resistance here. Let me skip whatever song I'm listening to right now in my ears. There we go. 5-minute chart I think works best when looking at Bitcoin here, especially after we had that breakout. And momentum's about to shift again to the 5. That's nice. Shorter term momentum, I know, but still could be fun for day traders hoping for a preeminent breakout type of buy. How's the 15 looking? Oh, the 15 already broke out a while ago. Yeah, it broke out right over here. Yeah. Okay, let's pop this back over. Now it's just a waiting game. Trying to see if there's actually anything else here that's popping off. It doesn't seem like it. I'm pretty much covered a lot of stuff already. Even ICP is doing pretty well right now. How's the ICP that I bought a while ago though? There it is. Oh, it's up. Yeah, it's up about 70%. Definitely more oversold than a lot of other tokens out there. Kind of like Ape Token is, but Ape Token hasn't rallied nearly as much as I thought it would. Yeah, we bought this at $1.13 and it's only at $1.46 right now. Oh, here Bitcoin goes. All right, there we go. Want as much of this to be inside the screen as possible. Let's see. And it is, am I staking my spell? Nope, no staking whatsoever. I normally don't do it unless I have, I don't know. I just, yeah, never had a good reason to stake spell. I know they have some pretty good APYs in certain exchanges, but for me, it's just been, I just want to keep it off the exchanges and just kind of keep it safe because it's one of those things where it's such a low market cap. I don't think I need any more of it. Technically, I just buy some, buy some more because it's so cheap, and then whenever it pops, it pops. But I haven't staked anything in the last like year or something like that, so I've just been buying and doing my normal trades. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's just have one little breakout here. We're so close, but it's annoying that it just won't break out. Pepe is still going a little bit. Arbitrum is. ID token still doing fine. Else? No. Alright. There we go. Sorry, tweaking the music a little bit here. Just make it a little bit louder. Alright. And then testing out something. It still doesn't work. Okay, whatever. I'm really ticked off that my whatever OBS software is not working about my my chat stuff. When it's building up to it. Come on, let's have a breakout here. I'm wondering. Top community accounts. I don't know who any of those people are besides maybe Crypto Wendy. I guess I know who they are, but not who they are as people. Hey, Tommy Tycoon, do I know why the USD the euro dropped yesterday? I do not know. There could be some volatility in the markets because this week I think everybody's giving out inflation data, and probably the Europeans maybe had some really good or really bad inflation data that kind of messed stuff up a little bit. That could be the only thing I could probably think of. Let me pull this aside here very fast and just look it up. Let's see. Oh, their Bitcoin goes a little bit. Inflation keeps shrinking in France while unemployment continues to climb. And I saw another one where it talked about European stocks jump on easing inflation. UK's FT outperforms. So it looks like they had some good inflation data that came down, and that might have just caused the currencies to fluctuate quite a bit. I would probably say if you looked at the euro to the dollar and euro to anything else, it probably had a pretty big move yesterday. Or even today. I don't know exactly when the news came out. Watch list. Here, euro. Yeah, look at those two big moves over the last couple days. Big moves on the euro to the dollar. So probably just looking at some normal volatility. If you're talking about something else happening, like a deep pegging or something from the euro to the a stable coin, that's something a little bit more dramatic, I would say. And finally, Bitcoin has that breakout that we're looking for. Let's go back to the 5-minute. And let me add over here on a text. There we go. I can't make this larger than 40, which sucks, but it'll have to do. Because it looks like we are trying to break out right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Everything else is still in the process of breaking out or trying to break out. So if you guys are looking for day trades, remember what we talked about before, that's going to be a best bet for making some easy, solid money here in a short amount of time. Close to another high. What a crazy day for cryptocurrencies. They really did shake everybody out. Baby Fish was right. Yeah, no worries, Tommy Tycoon. It's just inflation data. It's hard to think about the other parts of the world. Oop, Loki's over here stretching behind me. It's hard to remember that the other parts of the world like have an impact on the markets. But yeah, it was just inflation data. Nothing important, but not something that's really sexy to talk about, so to speak. But the fact that they had some really good inflation data is really, really good. The only thing is, it looks like their unemployment's going up too, but that was only France, not other currencies, not other countries out there. So maybe Germany's having a better time of it. But last time I heard, Germany's in a recession, so you know, who knows. Man, the momentum is there, but it's really not popping off the way you would want it to pop off. Let me go over here to the 1 second chart. The reason I pay the $60 a month for this, I want to see us just break above this. There came in a tiny buyer right there. Looks like that's where the buying came in. Yeah, and there's the. Well, I don't know if this is going to be a big reversal. This is just a second chart, but still. No, still not being able to. Wow. Micro traders in there. Yeah, because somebody's trying to short it down right now. There you go. What's that? There we go. All right, 1 minute chart it is as we kind of watch all this play out. Sorry, my dog's over here. I put my foot down and I noticed that my foot landed on his paw. Well, while Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a small dip, remember this is a 1 minute chart, so it's not dramatic. This is basically the same thing as this, so definitely give it some time to cook and marinate. Actually, for now, let's go to 15. I just want to check something out here. Todd B. Oh, no, okay. Let's see. I just wanted to find a whale. Oh, I forgot the guy's name, but the other one that we can watch is what we call two. Whale trades. Oh, yeah. See, an hour ago, somebody was heavily shorting Bitcoin. Yeah, an hour ago, somebody really shorted Bitcoin. Got some longs in here. A $3,700 Bitcoin long. Why is that showing up here? 3.5 million Bitcoin long. Let's see. Yeah, the whale battle looks to be happening an hour ago, but it looks like we all know that the bulls won that one. Strong order block. Oh, yeah. Anything else? Oh, I thought it was breaking news that Nikki Haley dropped out. Otherwise, I don't care. There we go. Back over to that 5 minute chart, or 1 minute chart, excuse me. I gotta pull this over here. Oh, I guess we can't have it like auto. I don't want to give it too much room. And hey, Crypto Burns, happy to see you back, or happy to see you for the first time. I mean, I appreciate it. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta do something here. Let's enable. Enable? There we go. I always forget to do that now that I have like 4 streams running. Oh, as a heads up, for those of you guys that watch my 24-hour streams, one of the streams was down yesterday. I talked about it a little bit, but basically the server was down, and I had to wait for the O-Bubble people to actually fix the server, which took forever. And then I put it back up early this morning, kind of around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, something like that. But at least it's running back now, which is kind of nice to see. And hey, Jacondo, I talk about Dogecoin all the time. It's just not the only thing I talk about, I guess, now. Because we just talked about Dogecoin a few minutes ago, about how it was looking like it wants to break out. But I guess it's just kind of focus on Bitcoin, that we look at opportunities where it pops. Right now, Dogecoin isn't really as exciting, so we don't really have any reason to talk about it. I don't really want to hype up anything unless like we talked about a few minutes ago, where it's looking like it wants to break out. Then I'll talk about Dogecoin. But while it's consolidating, it's just like a quick, I don't know, 1 to 2 minutes. Hey, look at Dogecoin is consolidating. Or if somebody talks about it or asks about it, then I'll do a little bit more of an in-depth breakdown. But like, even if you would look at Dogecoin right now, right, consolidating like we just talked about, I don't know, this is probably like 20 minutes ago now, I guess. You're waiting for the breakout. Until the breakout happens, there's really nothing going on, right? You guys are just following along with the 4-hour chart, is it? Yeah. We're still following with this breakout right here. It's moving up higher, but again, it's not really moving up in a way that's really exciting as we keep on having these pretty big drops. Until Dogecoin fixes these type of events where it's dropping down like 13% in a day and everybody's getting liquidated or their stop losses are hitting, most likely just normal stop losses are hitting. You're not going to see people getting super crazy excited about Dogecoin. Right now, though, if you're looking for it, Dogecoin has a good opportunity to have a breakout here on the as far as a day trade's concerned, and that's probably the most exciting thing you're going to see for the next few days, unless some big news comes out. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit on Dogecoin. You'll kind of see. After the Tesla announcement happened, not Tesla, Elon Musk and Twitter announcement happened, it's pretty much just been in a nice little downtrend here. We've just started to break out, but this is something of a longer term trade, which again isn't as sexy as, I don't know what you want to call it, a day trading pop like what we've been seeing with Solana, which has been tearing it up over the last few weeks. Like, look at Solana's monthly chart, look at Dogecoin's monthly chart, look at Solana's. Where is Solana here? There we go. Right, a lot nicer look there. STMX getting ready to have that pop off. ICP, another one, almost like Dogecoin here, actually looking for another pop off here. GTC, a little bit more like a pop off here. And some of those are the ones I don't really talk about too much besides the ones I have right here on this long-term list, I guess, as you might put it. Crow, well, that's actually a little bit longer one here, so we just started talking about Crow now. Once Dogecoin perks up, then they have more of a reason to talk about it. But until then, it's kind of just like, don't hype it up. Just let the technicals speak for themselves. And if people ask about it, I answer about it. What's right here? Hey, Tom. Yeah, Tycoon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, inflation really messes with the markets, especially because we also had American inflation numbers coming out yesterday as well. So. And actually, we had more inflation numbers coming out today, too. I think the CPI was yesterday, the PPI was today. So you're going to see a lot more volatility there. And a discount. Driving right now. How are we looking asthmatic? I saw dying right now, and I was like, whoa. Hopefully, didn't make a bad trade. And hey, discount. Basically, what's happening is Bitcoin had a massive reversal off of that 20-day moving average there, and now we're about $500 or a little bit less than that probably right now from breaking out to an all-time a new high for the year 2023. Your best bet to making money right now has been to trade some altcoins. We've actually been pointing out I've actually been pointing out like 3 or 4 altcoins, and pretty much all of them have popped off to another level so far. The last one, and I guess the best one here might have been Pepe. The other ones were like stuff like Solana, but that was a couple days ago now. So really, just going back to that same thought process where, hey, swing trading is a little bit more difficult at this point, but day trading is really where you're at, and specifically day trading altcoins seems to be a lot more of a money maker than day trading Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin can be a solid play, you're just going to have to, of course, have some nice leverage here, because the last time that I was talking about buying was that dip a few days ago. That hit an order block, but it barely actually went into the order block. We kind of just like tapped into it ever so slightly. And so people didn't have a real strong opportunity to actually buy into it, which really sucked, because if I go over here, I know you're driving, but for those that are watching, that order block, now that we're popping up, the order block went away, but the order block was pretty much here. It's like right around here or something like this. No. It kind of tipped right into it. I don't know the exact order block now. Maybe if I actually went back and did a replay here, I guess. There we go. It just barely tipped into the order block here. This first one not as easy to buy into, but even if you're looking for the zone, it's still actually a pretty decent zone here. But yeah, so we barely dipped into that golden zone, and so kind of sucks to be trying to chase it right now. The only other time I think you guys would have bought is, again, the 15-minute chart. But we haven't talked about the 15-minute charts, I don't think, in like a couple months now. For those of you guys that don't know, after a big Bitcoin crash, the 15-minute chart is your friend. It really is. Once you have a solid breakout, it's usually a good opportunity to ride that breakout. but it took a while. So after the dump occurred, it took about 13 hours and 15 minutes before the breakout occurred, and that's the ride you take there. Or you could try to do the first change of character if you wanted to. I typically wait for a little bit longer consolidation than the breakout, but sometimes even though you have a breakout, it doesn't always work out. But in this case, you had the golden cross in the 15-minute chart, you had momentum shifting off the MACD, you had the oscillator shifting back up into more positive territory, so you're looking a lot more bullish on it. A lot of times all this doesn't kind of align the way you want it to, so you're a little bit more hesitant, but now that breakout ended up being a really good thing for everybody, for those that took it. But heck, that's a hard thing to do, especially because everybody's usually pretty pessimistic and nobody knew if we were going to close above that 20-day moving average or close down below it. It was kind of a mini miracle that we actually managed to close above it the way we did, because, you know, as I guess the trend here on the channel has been, even though a lot of the oscillators, the momentum has been pointing to more of a bearish outcome, every single time we've had a large drop as far as Bitcoin, talking up until yesterday or the last few days, it had been about $2,000 drops at a time over like a period of 1 to 2 days. Every single time that happened, buyers came back in and really pumped the market back up. The same thing applies today, but you know, instead of having a $2,000 drop, it was something more of a $3,000 drop, and that's why everybody was a little bit more spooked. Plus, again, you've seen the oscillators, you know, looking more and more bearish, but ultimately looks like whales came in again after a pretty destructive shakeout. I know a lot of people were shaking out because even though Bitcoin went down a few percent, what did we talk about? Altcoins freaked people out a lot. Yes, they did. Let me go over here very fast. Get rid of disable this now. Perfect. Okay. Do I use Bookmap? I do not. Crypto Beehive, I do not. But I probably won't be able to answer any questions on it just because I don't use it. Beautiful pup scared me. This too much coffee. What do you call? Heck, I've been drinking a lot too. I didn't stream yesterday because I had a really bad migraine. I learned after drinking some coffee. It was caffeine withdrawal because I've been drinking a lot of coffee the last few weeks because I'm trying to wake up earlier. But this morning I ended up waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I just got a cup of coffee because I thought it might help. And then I've been up since. So I've been up for about almost 12 hours now. This coffee's ice cold now because I don't have my heater on downstairs. And plus oh, you guys can't see. I got my my windows open, not like open, but the blacked out curtains are down. So because I had the cleaning ladies here yesterday, I wanted some fresh air instead of all the smells of cleanly products or cleaning products and stuff like that. Oh my god, Bitcoin's just making us wait for it. How's everything else doing? Oh, Pepe kept on going. Yay, okay. This is the last breakout that we talked about, and we talked about it right here. So we were watching this. I guess we were watching on the 1 minute chart. Happened, broke out, came back down to retest, and now we're kind of looking pretty nice. All right. So again, Pepe is one of those things. A lot of altcoins are going to follow the same exact pattern. It kind of sucks that I've been talking about it for a while, and so they've been happening while I've been streaming, so I can't take advantage of these. But you know, if you look for some of those plays, that's what you're looking at. So even here, Arbitrum had a breakout. This one did not come all the way up, all the way through. I would still be looking for another move on the upside here, but again, not everything is going to be a clean breakout, which kind of sucks because you know you want everything to be easy, don't you? But what hasn't moved a lot here? Actually, let's talk about that. What hasn't moved a lot? Engine token. Here you go. This is something that's consolidating. This is a 1 minute chart, by the way, but here's something that's consolidating, and you're waiting to see another move happen. This one has been steadily going up with higher highs. It really hasn't been having the best of breakouts, so more of a day trade here. More of a scalp, not a day trade here. Ethereum Classic, a little bit more of a slower breakout. I guess that's a higher moving average. Litecoin could be close. It's technically having a breakout on the 5 from that little consolidation you're seeing right there. Hopefully it can continue to move higher, so that might be something you guys are looking at. Filecoin hasn't broken out yet, but it's getting close. FTM is something I'd be watching right here, actually. Now, it's up 7% for the day already, but you're looking at a higher high situation here. just watch out for the breakdown. But if it starts to pump up, you're going to be looking pretty nice until it hits maybe 34 cents or so, because you'd be expecting it to break out here as well. Gala higher, yeah, here. I should probably zoom out. We're on a 15-minute chart. I need to zoom out for longer consolidations. ICP is making a nice move here. This has only had a few breakouts though. So you had the first one down here. First. ICP seems like a pretty classic one though. Second. I guess you even had one right here, didn't you? But that was that's not a consolidation. That's enough, right? 3. And now you're just now starting another one, holding, I guess there we go. Holding support that was resistance, and now it's trying to break it a little bit higher. So you can see them. The easier way to do it is to basically, if you guys have a good idea of what tokens are actually on your exchange, you could go over to your exchange and, let me scroll up. I know this is super zoomed in, but bear with me. And you could go over here and say, hey, what's changed the most the last 24 hours, like Rune? But find out what hasn't. So this TO one right here, maybe this is an opportunity. BNX right there, AR, TRX, XMR. Those may be opportunities where I'd go check out and do some technical analysis and see if they're consolidating. So for now, this TO one. So it's pumped up a lot over the last few days. It pumped up a lot. 15-minute chart. It had an attempted breakout here. I guess the oscillators probably weren't working out. Let's see. No, still consolidating. A double top breakdown, retest, came back down. Not the best here. AR. 4-hour chart. No, a lot larger consolidation play going on here, but definitely something I'd have on the watch list. Typically, I like to trade stuff a little bit cheaper than that, but that's okay. BNX, I got a star next to it, so there must be something going on with it. Oh, this one probably broke out. Broke out here, retested, and trying to go up a little bit higher. So the daily chart. Did I buy this? No, it doesn't look like I have a position on this one. But it is testing out that resistance, and I did make a high right here, so definitely watching this one for another big move. Actually, for now, let me... I'll add this to a longer term one tomorrow. Or today. Let's just top $50 into it and see where it goes. All we really care is a percentage amount, but a 2x leverage is always something that I like to do for minimum, so it shows you guys what leverage can do. 0.3233. I'm not really buying a lot, so I shouldn't mess with the farm too much. Alright, I gotta remind myself about this BNX tomorrow, or at least the next few days, to see if it actually can continue to rally here. Because it has had some pretty hefty drops after some big moves, and we've had a big move, so again, probably why I didn't invest too much money into that one. But yeah, ICP, watching this one closely. Hopefully Bitcoin could have that breakout though, because right now it's just like consolidating and being the most boring thing ever. Meanwhile, all the altcoins are really taking off. Even though technically Bitcoin did have that big move, it's just, you know, happened a couple hours ago now, or about an hour ago now, I would say. There we go. Let's see. And hey, Timer Tycoon, anyone who used to watch the YouTube channel Data Dash? Anyone know why he is bearish on crypto for last year? He did a complete 180. There are still a lot of people who are bearish on crypto. I am one of them for the long term. My thought process is more about the U.S. economy rather than what's been going on as far as the halving and stuff like that. I still think that a U.S. economy in a recession is going to freak a lot of people out. You may see something where I think it really comes down to this. I think we're going to go into a recession next year. That thought process has been getting whiplashed by a lot of people. I've just been saying I think we're going to go into a recession. We'll see. I could be 100% wrong. We shall see. But the thing that kind of makes me worried, and I'm still dollar cost averaging as a hedge in case we don't actually have a large type of crash event. My thought is this: when we go into recession, Jerome Powell is going to have a choice. he's going to have to keep rates high to make sure inflation comes down to that 2% target, or he's going to get a phone call from Joe Biden, the Treasury Secretary, a whole bunch of business leaders saying, cut rates now because we need the economy to be good. The politicians will want the government to be good for re-election, like Joe Biden, right? Nobody wants to be the president seeking re-election in during a recession, right? And then you'll see, that's the first part. But if he capitulates and doesn't want to, if he just says, hey, I'll start cutting rates before we hit 2% inflation, that's going to be devastating, because he's going to have to start raising rates all over again. And that's going to cause a really bad time, because that's like raising rates after lowering rates inside of a recession. It's just going to be chaotic. Simple way of looking at it, though, is he has that choice. If a recession comes, but we still have higher inflation, like above 2%, does he keep rates high for a while? Or does he just say, throw up his hands, okay, let's lower rates, because that's actually going to increase inflation. There was a word I was going to be using instead of increase, but yeah, it's basically going to increase inflation. I'm betting that he's going to keep rates higher for longer. The market, so far with all this bullish price action, is betting that he's going to cut rates. And that's what the market is really focused on. That's why you're seeing, even though the economy is like shit, that's why the earnings reports of the last few weeks were shit. What happened? The NASDAQ is close to all-time highs again. Let's get rid of all these other things. NASDAQ's really close to all-time highs. From a fundamental analysis standpoint, it doesn't really make much sense, besides the fact that rates are probably going to get lowered next year. That's what everybody's pricing in. Again, we'll have to wait and see. It's a massive gamble, but the easy hedge for cryptocurrency is just to buy in dollar cost average. That way, if we don't have that dump, then you're fine. Bitcoin, on the other hand, there are some... Let's make sure Bitcoin didn't pop while I was talking. Now it's consolidating. So the thing as far as Bitcoin's concerned here, let's get rid of some of these little drawings here. Let's get rid of the MACDs. We're having some larger bearish moves that we've never seen before. I don't think they matter as much right now without the bad economy. Normally when we see big moves like this, it's more of a hindsight type of thing. But you see that death cross that happened right there. It's never happened before. Does it matter? We'll really have to wait and see. It's more of a hindsight thing, because we've just never seen it happen. Just like with the weekly charts, we had never seen, because of all this chaos from this market, we had never seen the 20 and the 50-day moving averages cross down below the 200. Now, on the 20, that seemed to be much more influential than the 50. You see the 50 cross down. This wasn't a technical event. This was the banking crisis back in March, where the rates going up so high caused Silicon Valley Bank and a few other banks to go kaput, and there was a mini financial crisis. And then what happened? Financial crisis, everybody thought Bitcoin was a safety vehicle, and then it pumped up to some nice highs for the year. But anyway, what happens over the next 2 months, 3 months or so, when Bitcoin takes a breather and starts coming back down here towards 33,000? You're going to see, and again, this takes a while to happen, so it's months and months and months away. What happens when we have another death cross here between the two? Is that going to be something very, very bad, or is it just going to be neutral? We're not sure, because it's going to be after a golden cross happens between the 20 and the 200 and the 50 here, which doesn't happen too often. But normally, when we have those death crosses, they're usually pretty bad events, right? So death cross right here, whoosh, look at that big move. Now this was also exchanges crashing and burning at the same time, but usually COVID still happened right before the crash. Over here before the crash. Over here before the crash. So I can kind of see the thought process there. At this point, though, unless we have another exchange go down, you're probably not going to see the lows of like 17,000, 15,500 again, unless, again, we have some type of really big drop. And that goes back to what people were talking about, I think, during COVID, I guess you would say, like a long time ago. You remember people used to talk about the Great Reset, like, as a huge thing. Some people talked about it being a conservative conspiracy theory. Others talked about it just being I talk about it in terms of the market having a seismic event because we can't pay off our debts, that type of event. And so that's something that could also have a huge impact on Bitcoin. But for now, the best thing you can do is just a dollar cost average. And then if there is such a dump, you just have some money on the sidelines ready to buy a massive dip. But of course, you know, yeah, you can only figure out a range of when the dip may happen, and we're not there yet. Like, while Bitcoin's still consolidating, let me go back over here. Wait, maybe I actually have a chart already for this. Let's just open up a layout then. Let's load it. What's the best way to do this? Let's go here. Let's take out some of the signal overlays. Is this the proper one? Okay. I guess the best way to do this would probably be to do this. Locked price to bar ratio. Which was the lowest one this week? This one, okay. Oh, I think I broke it. Okay, there we go. Is that fine? Oh, it's still locked. That's why it's glitching out. There we go. Okay. Oh, snap. Okay, there you go. There's two ways to do this, but I'm just gonna do it like this. 3. Okay, reset. Can I cut this in half? Maybe to 500. Oh. Okay, we can just go to 1,000 then. Mother freaking. Okay, wait, I just gotta lock this very fast. There we go. Lose my mind on this. This isn't the best way to do it, but I like to do this, start off with this way before we just put it into auto mode and not have it be a 1-to-1 ratio. Oh, yeah, there's that resistance level right there that we're dealing with. We talked about this chart a little bit more when Bitcoin was actually breaking down below it, because I was like, what the heck now? Where do we go after it? We haven't talked about this gain box chart in a long time. But we talked about these support levels a while ago. I remember support, lack thereof support, I guess you would say there. Then our individual breakouts and some of the resistance we're seeing right now. Even see that resistance actually right there. I don't like to do this as much because there's a lot of lines. People get confused about lines. Like if I wanted to, I can go over here and I can type in angles, and then you got all that shit on there too. But you can even see that resistance level there. Let's go over here to the daily chart. No, let's go right here. All right. If over the next few months or so we start breaking down below some of these key points, that's where you can be a little bit more concerned. Now I'm going to stretch this out a little bit here and get out of this so you can show you what I'm talking about. A lot of times we like to be in these zones here, but let's say we broke down below this zone or this zone over here. That could lead to some more perils where Bitcoin comes back down to 30,000 before making a larger move up. This isn't something you guys need to know absolute, but a lot of times these levels do have a little bit of semblance. I like to use the longer term ones because they matter a little bit more to me, but still. You can see a little bit of them, but see, they're not always set in stone, so don't treat them as like hard levels of resistance. I'll usually treat the horizontal levels a little bit more important. The angles really are just kind of a, hey, look at this, but don't just trade off of it, right? All right, let's back out of here very fast, and let's do another one. Again, I'm watching Bitcoin. It still hasn't broken out yet. It's still about 5.5% up today. Let's go back over here very fast and do one more. Auto. Oh, need to turn log back on here. Same concept, just not having a different log chart. Again, square. I have a few videos on how to do this if you guys want to check it out, but it's not important. Well, it's important, but you guys are still going to be able to trade fine. This is like long-term things. 180. I guess we got to go to 360. Oh, wow, we're really going out far, aren't we? 174. Really? That's 500, look. Yeah, there you go. Oh, square as well. Damn it. There we go. Okay. A lot of random tools that nobody ever uses. It's because the more you use them, the more cluttered everything gets. But here's the same type of process, but you're not on the log chart now, or you're on a log chart. Excuse me. All right, you can see that breakout here, the testing of it, and now we're going back up here, the breakout, and then we're trying to go higher. That's why we talk about that next level of resistance. If we're thinking about longer term, is back up here towards like $47,000. It's going to be hard, but you can see how it kind of matches up with this level of resistance right here. This is where I usually put the angles in a little bit. Where it's not the right one. Just the right one. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, we even had the breakout right there. We're seeing a little bit of resistance. It just means we might get a little bit choppier here going forward, because normally when we attack them, there's usually a pretty big move. Really haven't had a chance to attack too many of them. Big thing here is this. See this little line right there? If we start breaking back down below this and this green line, then you start seeing a pretty big dump as far as Bitcoin's concerned. But we're not even close to that because of the large move we had today. If we didn't have this large move today, then that's what I was talking about, that extended downtrend that could be a lot more volatile, a lot more scary for investors. But we pretty much just said no, and the whales pretty much shook out a lot of the retail investors, myself included, and then they're trying to push it up even higher. But you can see there's still some resistance there. Again, not something you need to freak out about or anything like that. Just, they help out every now and again. The only other thing I could probably test out here very fast is just doing this. Turn the log back off, and I just want to see if there's actually, I can. Good old 45-degree angle. Add a little Gann fan. And anything actually matter here? Nope. Doesn't even matter at this point, so we're fine. Maybe I could add something else on here, but I doubt it would matter too much. Oh, nope. Everything's turned on. Fine. Alright, back over to the other chart. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing. It looks like it's come down a teeny bit, but not a lot. Yeah, still consolidating a little bit. Anyway, Walter, hey Mike, where do you think Solana's next level of resistance might be? Oh, we just talked about this. What did I say? Alright, so we just had the breakout today. I could have swore I had technicals on this. Alright. The first run is going to be around $75. Somebody actually already talked about that level of resistance. It's around $75 to $76. What you're looking for, though, really is a few different levels. I guess this might be the first one here. Hit that one. After this, it's 94. I'm not really going that high just yet unless something really crazy goes on. But as we look at this weekly chart, it's been pumping for week after week after week after. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So who's to say it can't pump up 6? Your very highest target would be $95. That's not what I'm looking for now. What I'd be saying is better is we probably should be looking at the blue line. No, we passed it. $69 right here is going to be your next level of resistance. I'm probably thinking it's going to wick above that, then probably try to close below it. But I would still say 70 to $75 is still fine. Let's go back over here to the daily chart. See how it's not. It did a little bit over here, but not so much lately. I would still say you're in a good spot here, but really, it's getting close to being done unless it continues to have like this unrealistic pump that it's been having. So realistically though, I would look to sell kind of around $75 to $70. If you want to be more bullish, you can just use that as a scale out point at $75 and hope for $80 to $90. But again, that is such a massive pump. You go over here to the top coins. Solana is right here, overtaking a lot of stuff over the past few days, and now it might overpass XRP if it manages to get that high. If it has to go high in order for that to happen, because it's like almost like $8 billion market cap it needs to make up here. But again, year to date, 562%. It's making a monster move. Now, as far as XRP is concerned, guys, there's the question. XRP, their technicals got really screwed up because of that false news event where it was announced that BlackRock had filed an XRP ETF, and then it turned out that the spokeswoman came out and said that's not true. And so basically you just saw this seismic move turn into one of the ugliest charts ever, where everybody was buying, and then you saw this massive crash. Not the best of times for a lot of investors, honestly, but it really did mess up the technicals here. I would still say this is an okay opportunity to buy, especially if Bitcoin breaks out, because it's going to be a little bit oversold compared to a lot of other tokens out there. But it's just because they got fucked up. Go to the daily chart. Just look how bad this is now. Because now, you know, now that's the trend line. So yeah, at least it's bouncing off the 20, so that's still a good sign there. I would probably have a stop loss around 62, 61 cents here, but it's okay. You're waiting for Bitcoin to break out, and you're waiting for XRP to have a pretty good move as well. XRP likes to squeeze before it has those really big moves, so I think you'll be fine if you buy it today, but overall, it's just not the sexiest thing to be looking at right now. It's going to have such an abnormal pop that it's not going to be the best thing that people are going to be watching. But, you know, it's been having higher highs, and that's pretty much all that matters here. You buy the trough and you see what you can make of it. But definitely not the first on my list of things to buy. Not at all. Not at all. Excuse me. Yeah, big fake news thing. Data Dash is good. He made it. Call on coin called Angel Block worked out good for me. There you go. See? Overarching themes don't really matter too much to day traders and what you guys are looking at. That's why we just talked about Pepe. A lot of other tokens out there. But, you know, the best thing you guys could do, even if you think Bitcoin's going to go down lower like I do eventually, it's just a dollar cost average. It's the ultimate hedge to make money in the market, because all you're doing is you're buying and holding until altcoin season comes around, and then you're just selling for thousands of % profit. Except for we don't even have the feeling of altcoin season too much. Remember, altcoin season, I mean, what's a token that came out a while ago? All right. Let's not even talk about the COVID crash. Let's just talk about the consolidation of the breakout. This breakout, you know, 2,200%. Almost 2,300%. Gala, I mean, okay, Gala is one thing, but I guess you could just go right here and say, you know, 4,000%. Let me go over here to something that had a better opening. Some of these are on exchanges that, you know, it opened up on the exchange, but it technically has a longer history. ID, Arbitrum. No, Arbitrum's too new. Excellent. There you go. That one only had like 879%. But those are what you're looking for. So far, we've had good results, don't get me wrong, but, you know, low to high over here. 184%. Nah, that's not enough. We're looking for the good stuff. Which is why I bought a lot of stuff that, like the Ape token, which was down so much relative to everything else. Like Dogecoin, imagine Dogecoin Dogecoin was holding these types of levels, like hold, a lot of tokens crashed and burned from here, and then they had no bottom, and that's where I was buying in. And technically, you still could be buying in. Again, dollar cost averaging. But again, you got to wait a long time for that money to come through, and some people don't want to wait, and I totally understand it. But it's like the easiest way you could make money, but it's also it takes the longest time. And back over here, 5-minute chart should work well. We're so desperate to watch Bitcoin breakout. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. Hey, Mystic, the XRP news is pure manipulation. Oh, definitely. They sold off on that really fast. And it was crazy how fast the news came back out from the BlackRock spokesperson saying, hey, we did not actually file for the ETF. I think it was within like 20 minutes or something. So it's pretty rapid, because everybody has to call and double check. Because, every journalists say they don't like Twitter, but when news breaks on Twitter, they run and chase it and see if it's actually accurate, right? But I think that's why so many journalists are actually still on Twitter, because that's where all the news flows. Every time we hear news that moves the market, it breaks on Twitter before it breaks on CNBC or CNN or Fox Business or Yahoo or Bloomberg, whatever. It breaks on Twitter before all of that stuff happens. Do I think Matic is going over $1 anytime soon? Seems like it can break resistance around 96, 98. Yeah, basically, if it has a good opportunity to do so, if Bitcoin can just break out here, that would give it the momentum to keep on going forward. But it's going to have to consolidate a little bit longer. So if I go over here to maybe the 4-hour chart, see how it's testing out this 20 moving average in the 4-hour? It may actually have another dump here before it goes a little bit higher. Hopefully, if Bitcoin breaks out right now, though, then you're just looking at a little bit of reversal consolidation, then the pop. We'll wait and see. It's a little bit iffy here, but ever since we talked about the breakout happening, back on November 1st, it's still going higher and higher. It's just those levels of resistance you have to worry about. This still seems like a good opportunity to buy. The high from yesterday, was 98 cents, 0.9831. So it's still a pretty good spot here. This seems like something you definitely want to be holding for a longer term, though, because the consolidation really isn't giving you a nice setup just yet. Like, that's what you got to work with right now, and it's not the prettiest of looks here. Perhaps if you want to get a little bit more aggressive, you can just trade the breakout. I'm looking at the 1-hour chart, and you're seeing the crossovers happen on the stochastic. The crossover about to happen maybe in the next hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, when it comes to the MACD. And so it's there, but that's for something more of an aggressive trader, I would say right now. Over there we go. And after that, I guess, where would the resistance level be? Yeah, you're really close to like 97, then maybe up here to $1.18, but realistically, let's back up here. It happened a while ago, but this is still probably the best bet we're gonna have. There's $1.02. Yeah, it's been honoring this pretty well so far. $1.02 would be something that I'd be looking to scale out a good portion of it out, then just seeing if it rides up even higher than that. Again, you want to see Bitcoin break out, though. But if you're looking at just Matic and not Bitcoin, you could preemptively be a little bit aggressive here and do your first initial buy-in. Excuse me. And that Cryptic Sniper, I appreciate it, man. I like setting up those charts quite a bit. Those 24/7 charts, they cost a little bit of money, but they definitely, I think, pay out dividends just because it gets people interested in chalking. And really the main reason, because I think that you guys, rightfully so, use your own technical analysis, what the charts are kind of showing you on my charts, like the Lux Algo stuff. But I think that it's important that you guys have people you can talk to outside of Discord where you can actually see the live chart and then kind of discuss your strategies. Some people use it for that. Some people just use it as a nice little conversation spot. That works too. But I like people having a forum or communication spot to talk about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Like the longest one I've had is the Dogecoin one, and that's the one I'm most proud of because I've had it for so long. And because, Dogecoin really made this channel for me, and I still love Dogecoin a lot. So it's basically been just keeping that Dogecoin stream up and hopefully it like picks back up in the future. Same with all the other streams, but those things are going to be on for a long time. And, you know, hopefully when the market starts to really turn around where I'm confident that we're in a really solid bull market with the altcoin season, all that type of stuff. For the few months of the altcoin season is going on, I hope to have another 3 or 4 streams where I have one just for Solana and stuff like that. But basically how all those streams work is I used to try to get around this somehow while having like one trading view chart for all of my streams, but it doesn't work that way. So I have to pay for 5 different trading view plans. All right, so one for each stream plus the one I currently pay for now, but the one I pay for now is a premium. All the other ones are like premium plus or something like that. And so I got to pay for all those, then I got to pay for the servers of all of them, but they all pretty much break even at least a little bit, maybe sometimes lose a little bit of money, but right now with the market going up, I think they're making a little bit. But they've been really good for that. And so it's been nice to see that trajectory going up. And hey, Ken, I appreciate the super chat very, very much. Let me know again if you have any questions, but I appreciate it. That goes towards the streaming streaming budget. My dollar cost average portfolio is up over 25%. I mean, it works. It really does work out really well. You know, and the best thing you could do is every time there's a major crash event, just buy a little bit up. Just buy a little bit up. Again, people think you have to buy a lot up, but just, you know, buy a little bit up. If there's a big like 10,000 point drop day in Bitcoin, of course you're going to buy a lot into that, but that'd be a really bad day now, wouldn't it? Hey, Mystic. I try to be comedic when possible, but my sense of humor is totally different. Right now, I'm pretty much a shut-in. I haven't been going outside as much besides daily walks with Loki. I need to start going back out a little bit more. Last week, I was going out a lot more. I was going to the beach every day, even though it's freaking cold as hell out here in Washington State. When the summer comes out, I'll be fine. I'm going on vacation after vacation after vacation. And I'm going to Bitcoin Nashville next year. I wanted to go to Bitcoin Miami, but now they're moving it to Bitcoin Nashville, so... I've never been to Nashville, but I hear it's a party city, so I will have fun partying there and getting drunk. I doubt there's going to be a yacht party after the Bitcoin event, though. I was invited to go last year to Bitcoin Miami. I didn't even have to pay for my own tickets. Actually, I got free tickets if I wanted to go, and I just didn't because the hotel room's like $1,000 a night, and I was like, yeah, fuck that. Oh, yeah, that would've been horrible. But this year, I'm going to go to Nashville. I'm also going to like Nicaragua, Ecuador, and I think Bali, kind of testing out where I want to go. And because I can only really travel a lot in the summer because that's when my sister can watch my dog, you know, Loki. But I don't know how I got out of humor. I went from humor to moving, but I try to have a decent semblance of humor. My humor, though, is something that's really not PG-13. It's more rated R. I say some really funny stuff, and then I say some stuff that people get easily offended by, but my friends don't get offended by it. So it's like got to play it safe on YouTube or I'll get canceled. I have the charts on all day as a reference. I love the order blocks. Hey, I appreciate that. Remember, a lot of the tools that I have on those streams, they are free from Lux Algo. Now, they'll want you to pay for the premium stuff if you guys want to use it, and it does work out very well. I'm not going to lie. It does help out a lot for new investors, but you guys don't have to pay for it if you guys don't want to. And that's why I like partnering up with them, because other programs that I've used, they only have like 1 or 2 free things, and they really try to upsell you. Lux Algo, they're hoping that their system makes you enough money, basically the free stuff, so you actually have the money to buy their longer term things, which is nice, but you know, it's always nice to have it, I guess, on a 24-hour stream where you can just kind of relax. Like every now and again, you guys see the TV there. I'll put on my own charts up there just to kind of have fun and kind of see what's going on with the liquidation charts and stuff like that. And then, you know, sometimes it has, you know, the little lights and stuff like that. But it ends up working out very well. Now, go back over here very fast. Right now it's on art because I have a nice fancy TV that likes to be... It's supposed to be like art on the wall, but my dumbass, I didn't put it flush against the wall because I wanted it mounted in a certain way, but apparently it's supposed to be flush against the wall like a portrait. I use it for movies, so I don't really care. What's right here? Matic day trading come to a halt. Let's see what's going on with Matic right now. That's because Bitcoin's still consolidating. Bitcoin's still consolidating. This right here, it's not, oops, bit my tongue. It's not the breakout that we're talking about with a lot of other tokens out there. Like the last one we talked about was Pepe. Pepe's having a smaller breakout right here, but on the 5-minute chart, was it? There you go. This was the last breakout that we talked about with Pepe. You're looking for those nice sideways consolidations, a nice horizontal resistance, and then the breakout. That breakout is what makes it real nice to watch. But not everything's going to be doing that, which okay, it's normal, but you know, we're all greedy here to a certain degree. We all want to make some good money. Like if I go to this 5-minute chart, I hit auto, okay? You see that nice sideways consolidation, you see that breakout. Let's just kind of go through the list and see what we can find here, because not everything's going to be there. ADA, see, it doesn't have that nice, it had this nice consolidation. It broke out, came back down. Oh, also there's one on point here. Let's see. The 5-minute chart, was 15-minute chart looking any better? No, the crossovers didn't happen over here. The also turned right there. Stochastic came in clutch, but the MACD didn't come in time. The MACD came in over here. I guess, yeah, they followed the momentum, but it can be a little bit late there. But really, it came right after the breakout there, which isn't a terrible thing. All right, back on the 5. Auto. Dogecoin had a breakout. It actually did move higher, but it had this little huge shakeout event. Dogecoin has those nasty shakeouts events. XRP, same concept. It did break out, went a little bit higher, but it wasn't as nice and clean. Momentum was there, though. This is a trade most people would have taken. Oh, but yeah, the momentum shifted 10-10. Right there, that was your real buying signal if you wanted to go for momentum on a 5. See how much it shook you out, though? You wouldn't have hit your stop loss, but heck, that would have been a crazy ride. But again, XRP, not something people would be trading specifically because of the big move that happened earlier. Ape token, still consolidating. This one attempted to have a move. AVAX. Oh, AVAX is just, it broke out right here. That's why, totally different concept. Different type of breakout, I guess you would say. Damn, I should have bought this. Look at that breakout. That was beautiful. This is probably hitting some long-term resistance level or something for all I know. Let's test it out. No. Not at all. It's still doing fine. I don't know if it's going to get to 22, but it's not even honoring these ones, so this isn't even the right one. Yeah, a little bit more there. AXS. Up 5%. Oh, this doesn't really have much liquidity, does it? Yeah, that's a liquidity issue. Some of them are looking okay. Some of these are not looking as nice as others. Oh, because it actually had a breakdown there. Yeah. Anything else here? How's Link doing? Is Link still holding up? Let's get rid of that crap. Yeah, I still managed to break above the moving averages. There you go. Gosh, now Bitcoin's still consolidating. It doesn't want to move up higher. I mean, okay, consolidation is good. It'll give us another opportunity to break out, especially because we're not plummeting back down to earth. But again, like I said, we're all greedy here. Oh, it's right there. I'm a shut-in too. It's all good. Hey, Mystic. For the money I make, I made the money by trading so I can go out and do stuff. But now, like, I don't go out as much, but when I go out, I guess I can do whatever I want to, which is nice. Like, I'll take Loki to the park. I'll take him wherever I want to go. If I go out to eat, I'll get a nice fine dinner. My grandmother made me realize something. Like, over the past few years, as I've, I don't know, like past 5-10 years, as I've kind of got better at trading and more professional at it, you know, more income. Every time I take my sister out for dinner, I don't really take her out to cheap places all too much. I normally take her out to fine dining restaurants, and I didn't even think about like them as fine dining. But now that I think about it, you know, going to a steakhouse and paying like $100 per person for food, my brain thinks of that as normal now. When I was growing up, my average spending allowance at a restaurant was like $15, $10, you know. Now I'm like, oh. And so I've spoiled my sister into liking to go out to eating at nice places. Now when my sister's at college, she likes to go all these fancy places with her friends because me and my sister both went to both went to high school and middle school on a scholarship to a private school. It's a school called Charles Red Academy. So it's like $30,000 a year. I didn't have enough money because I was on scholarship. I was a poor kid growing up. Remember, I grew up amongst the rats in the ghetto. My sister grew up in a better family income than when I grew up. But I appreciate what I have now. My sister doesn't know she's supposed to appreciate it as much. So that's the problem. So I got to remind her she's supposed to appreciate it and stuff like that. Appreciate the good stuff. Meanwhile, I'm having my go to my Las Vegas trips where I blow a lot of money. Luckily not through gambling, just through fine dining. Cake breakout? Oh, let me see right here. And hey, Red Bag. Right here. This is cake. Daily. Yeah, cake did breakout for today. Oh, you saw the breakout actually happened a few days ago as well. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. Jesus, every time I talk, I burp. So I guess you have actually two nice moves here. You have this first one right there, then you have this initial breakout. And this was Saturday. This really didn't have too much of a dump, it looks like, when Bitcoin was having its little bit of a fluster. That's interesting to see. You know, as the CPI data was coming out, this thing actually managed to hold very, very well. Now, I would not be buying it at this level. Like I said, you know, you had the breakout here. That was it, buying attempt number 1, buying attempt number 2, maybe buying attempt number 3, going into resistance levels. That was also something you guys could have done. But after, you know, after Monday, Tuesday, yesterday, who knows if people would have actually wanted to buy the second one here. But again, breakout. Oh, this is actually Tuesday. Wow, it actually broke out yesterday while this was all happening. So never mind. So yeah, this might have been the one where people may be a little more afraid of buying into it. But yeah, overall, it looks pretty good. Bitcoin still looking like it wants to break out here, even though it's consolidating a little bit more. But we're seeing a lot of nice moves here, which is, you know, as we should with Bitcoin having this nice pump. Over here very fast. What's actually pumped up the last over the next hour? Not much is pumped up over the last hour. Seems like everything's kind of steadied off a little bit after that nice initial pump from Bitcoin. See, the Solana is up 20% the last 24 hours. Rune is up 26. Let's go over here to page 2 and see if we can get any lower market cap plays. 1 hour scale. No, everything's taking a little bit of a halt here. Let's go down the list again. 1 hour. Ah, here we go. PAL seems to be moving up in the last hour. This is probably having some type of smaller breakout. XDR is one, and that radium that we talked about earlier. Okay, so there's still some moving, but it looks like everything's gone back into that consolidation zone. And oh, Bitcoin finally made this little bit of a move up here. So maybe this is the breakout that we're looking for. Smaller level of resistance here. Nothing crazy, but at least it's another target for us to really break above. But the big level you guys want to see us break above is going to be 37,972. Pretty much 38,000. But like we saw last time when we were breaking above 37,000, any resistance level close to that, the wall is going to be right at that $1,000 price point right above it. So in this case, we're at 37,972. If we break through that, we're automatically most likely going to break through 38,000, and that wall is going to crumble, and you're going to see a lot of short squeeze and pull us up for some really nice profits here. And hey, Redback, can we take trading crypto full time? Yeah, I mean, you can. Learning to trade crypto takes a lot of time and effort. It took me like 1.5 years, 2 years, and a lot of money being lost before I really turned it around. The best way to do it is to do a lot of homework, a lot of research, a lot of tutorials and videos kind of teaching you what to do. And then after that, it really goes to the point where you're going to have to start trading with paper money. And then you're going to have to figure out what you want to trade. So I'd recommend at the beginning to just trade Ethereum and Bitcoin and pick one other coin. It could be a Matic, Ethereum Classic, whatever, and trade that. You can also try to learn how to trade stocks. Usually what I'll tell people is to try to learn how to swing trade stocks on daily charts and then spend the majority of your time learning how to day trade on cryptocurrency charts. But primarily when it comes to crypto, you're going to still want to learn how to swing trade on that one, but paper trade, and then as you get better and better, you can go down to the smaller time frames because you can use a lot more indicators. Like on the weekly charts and things like that, you can use Gann fans, Gann boxes, Gann squares, which I just showed a few minutes ago. But then when you go down here to the 5-minute chart, you can be looking at some of those basic levels of resistance, basic oscillators, and waiting for the momentum to shift for a nice little easy scalp play. Scalping is a lot easier, in my opinion, when it comes to cryptocurrencies. First, because you're allowed to use leverage, and leverage has different amounts of fees. So you're paying like 0.00 something % for fees when it comes to leverage. While if you're doing trading on stock market, margin trading is incredibly expensive. And if you blow it, you go into negative territory sometimes, and you end up owing money to the institution, which is never a fun thing. Meanwhile, when it comes to cryptocurrency, if you blow up your account, which is going to be very hard if you follow stop losses and safe practices with trading, then you're most likely just going to liquidate your isolated account and not worry about the crossover effect because you didn't do your cross strategy, which you'll learn about more and more as you decide to go through trading. So yeah, it's definitely possible, but most people, I'll say, they buy crypto for long periods of time to hold so they can make a real good pot of money. So it's like a long-term investment strategy where they're holding it for a couple of years and it goes boom, and then they make a lot of money. Then they sell, and then they use that money for a whole bunch of stuff, and then they eventually reinvest it. Or they'll do that, and with a little bit of day trading and swing trading along. So a few weeks ago, I did a whole bunch of long-term trades just to kind of show you guys how the market can really help you out if you just hold for the long term. And I did like a $300 to $400 a week. I invest every week to kind of show you guys what I'm buying and what's actually working. I do it at a 2x leverage to kind of have fun with it. And so, oops, this is not the trading page. And so I've been doing this. And so I double down, I buy more, but then you can see how the profits kind of roll in slowly. And this is something more of a realistic account. Now, most of you guys maybe are not investing like $300 to $400 of cryptocurrency into cryptocurrencies a week. But just by adding a little bit in every week down the road, when, Ape token's up 1,000%, it's going to be up like 2,000% for me because of my 2x leverage minus the fees and stuff like that incurred. But, I bought this October 23rd, already up 43%, big time here. Bought this 3 days ago. It's already up 56%. This was more of a day trade, actually, I was doing with you guys, but so you can see I bought it right down here. Actually, when did I buy this? 11, 12, 13. So let's go over here to maybe an hour chart. 11, 12. 11, 12, 13. So I bought it like right around here. Popped up, and there we went. Did I buy a breakout or something? I bought after a breakout or something. I don't know. Oh, I bought right here, so I don't know why I bought it. This consolidation zone, I guess. Oops. But you can see how it blew up there, and you'd probably be looking to sell right now, honestly, as you kind of see it tapering off here. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ways to do it. We just bought something here a few minutes ago. I already lost track of what it was. I think it started with a B. BNX. Yeah, because it's actually down 3%. Yeah, I bought this one today. We're going to see what happens with it over the next few days. Same type of concept, but this is more of a short-term swing trade here. But yeah, you can learn how to do it, but it takes a long time, a lot of paper trading, and a lot of people don't necessarily have the time to learn how to trade because, they got work and they got families and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely possible. Just give yourself time and don't rush through it. And then the hardest thing is just to know when you have your profits, take your profits and run. People tend to try to get too greedy, and the easiest way to kind of be greedy and be smart at the same time is by scaling out of your positions and making sure that no matter what happens, you're at least walking away with a profit. Even if it's not the profit you wanted, a profit is still a profit, and that grows your overall account balance pretty nicely over time. The trading game for phones is great for paper trading as it is mostly crypto coins, a lot of stocks, as well as daily financial updates and tips. Hey, Crypto Sniper. I don't know what that is, but guys, I would go check that out. The trading game. Let me see if I can find it here. There you go. It's loading, I swear. Okay, there we go. There you go. Download on iOS or Android. And there you guys go. It'll help out a lot. It has a 4.8 rating. Definitely something to look at then. Let's see. Oh, it has a little daily tips and everything too. Yeah. I think this is a great tool. And it almost kind of reminds me of a Duolingo for trading. So yeah, test it out. It's free. They might have some payment plans and stuff like that. But I mean, heck, if it's worth it, it's worth it. Data. UK's top educational app. Wow. There you go. I don't see any cost here, but free. It doesn't say anything about different plans, so I guess it's all 100% free. That's nice to see. They want you to be an informed investor. Honestly, exchanges want you to be good investors because you guys don't if you're a good investor, you don't blow up your account, which means that the more you trade, the more money they make off of you because of fees. They want you to be making money so that it's more and more money. Like, I was looking at my FairDesk account the other day, and I was looking at how many people signed up, how many people were deposited, and stuff like that. The people that signed up using my FairDesk link over the last month or something like that, they made about $14,000 in profit. That could be one person making $12,000, who knows, and a couple of people making $2,000, whatever. But it's nice to see that the people trading have been making a decent profit here. You know, it means that I'm doing something right here, maybe. That's the one I've been on it for around 3 years now. Yeah, guys, definitely give it a shot. Then it looks like it's a good one. I counter trade some of my real trades. It's totally free. Oh, there you go. Yeah, totally free. There you go. And guys, Bitcoin continues to consolidate. My gosh. Let's go over here very fast. Eventually, it's going to make a move, but I don't like the way that's shaping up. There we go. All right. Let's hope it makes a little bit more of a move here going forward. But okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a day for now while we're waiting for Bitcoin to consolidate. If it breaks out a little bit later, I'll make sure to go live and things like that. But I'm going to take a break here and take Loki out to use the bathroom. Then I'm going to take a nap myself because I've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's been 12 hours now, so I probably need a nap. If we do have another breakout, I'll be live later on tonight. Just keep an eye out for Bitcoin. It looks like it wants to break out. It really does. It's not going to be one of those nice breakouts where it goes like boom and boof. It looks like it's going to be one of those breakouts where the whale comes in all of a sudden and really pushes it up to a crazy level. Then everybody gets really, really excited about it, and then they go chasing it. So make sure that if you guys are going to be trading Bitcoin, you guys are watching for that breakout, and then you guys hop on as it's occurring. And then from there, just watch the altcoins because the altcoins are still giving you guys some really good opportunities to make some money. But have a stop loss because we had this big pump. We can always have a big shake